All right, happy new moon in Capricorn, everyone. It's going to be a very, very beautiful evening. A lot of powerful new beginnings are here. Change is here. Self-love exercise to the highest degree. It's all beginning for us. And this is the first lunation of 2022. So we're sitting in a very powerful time right now. So one of the things I wanted to look at was the energies that we're taking into this first week. So I've done a few big sweeping videos where I looked at the energies of January all month, or what we can really look forward to in 2022 last week. And then I also looked at soul connections and what we can look at for the month of January leading into February. But what is the lunation doing for us as we head into this first week? First week back to work, first week, back to routine, all these type of things here. So we are looking at, I'm using the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards here. And the first one I get is Forgive. Okay, that's Piscean energy here. And then we have Leo energy here, which is Lighten Up. So I'm seeing that we need to continue to let go. Oh my God, my video was at 1 minute and 11 seconds there. So we are on point with this message here for 2022. But we are being asked to exercise forgiveness towards 2021 for all the people that came and went, for all the experiences that didn't go the way we had anticipated, and maybe where we couldn't show up where we thought we could. That's okay. Let's exercise forgiveness towards those experiences and let's continue moving forward. This is a very watery energy here. And then with a lot of fire, we have Leo here, which means lighten up. So what I'm seeing here is that this week, focus on doing things that are going to bring you into more of a lighter, more positive, a happier, and a more joyful energy. So if that means a bubble bath, great. If that means shoveling snow and building a snowman, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere like I am, great. If that means getting into the kitchen and cooking, I did that earlier today, that's wonderful. Let those creative juices flow. Honor yourself, honor your space, honor your feelings, and flow. A lot of the times we try to find validation in others. If we've got a problem, we want someone to listen to us. If we're feeling a certain way, we're looking for someone to agree with our perspective on a situation. But really, we can offer that to ourselves. So honor yourself by prioritizing yourself and giving yourself the validation that you probably have been seeking in others, okay? Pisces and Leo are quite significant here. So you could potentially, Lord, I just dropped one of the cards. You could potentially be dealing with one or the other in terms of a placement. If you're looking at a love connection, a soul connection. Also, Venus is in retrograde. So I'd say that anybody who has placements in if their Venus is in Pisces or in Leo, perhaps in a connection, I'd say this is very significant to you. One of the things that's coming through to me strongly here is that look at the things that you're being shown right now. Okay, we are also humans living a 3D lifestyle. So as much as we do want to ascend and tap into that 4D and 5D energy and really use our intuition to understand beyond what our eyes see, we have to also be practical. I do want to honor that part of us. So if things are not going right in your 3D, it's important to accept those circumstances, those feelings, and those situations, and then pull back and see how your intuition can power you up energetically. What can you address? What else can be healed? What can you do to honor yourself, okay? Don't get trapped in your 3D experiences. We are humans. We make mistakes. Things don't go right, but we don't want to get caught up into all that drama. Rather, pull yourself back to see the bigger picture and then see how you can energetically recalibrate and find an equilibrium to move forward, okay? So that's really important for this week here because I think we have a tendency to create all these sky-high expectations on how we want to tackle the new year, and then those expectations come crashing down the minute something goes awry, okay? I'm going to pull out my traditional Rider-Waite Tarot here. I feel like I need to get back to my roots. Actually, before we do that, let me use my Divine Shadows Oracle. Okay, this is my Divine Shadows Oracle available on my website. And I'm going to use High Vibrations right here, okay? So let's see what we can do here. My dad has undergone heart surgery. Everything is good, but I feel that masculine energies are definitely facing heart unblockings. I feel sometimes when my dad goes through things, it's so indicative of a divine masculine collective experience. It just happens that way. And so he's safe, he's good, but he's definitely working on unblockages in his heart, okay? I also see that, those in masculine energies might be going through a painful awakening here, okay? Let's see here. What shadows are we dealing with? Because I know I have a tendency to be all uppity up and positive, but listen, we are transmuting energies and we are dealing sometimes with heavier stuff. So we are seeing forgiveness here. So I do want to understand what else can we forgive and how can we tackle some of the, you know, darker parts of our ascension experience, because they're there. And, you know, exercising and honoring them is the first step. So let's see. We have mental abuse, lack mentality. The other card that came out with it is sudden shifts and blindfolded. So this is very 3D to me. This is us being caught in the circumstances in which we can see and understand. So blindfolded is that, and ooh, then I have not letting go. So perhaps, ooh, then I have father wounding. Did I not just talk about my dad? So if we've got divine masculine wounds somewhere, either in a love connection or a parental connection, I think it's very important for us to forgive those figures in our lives and keep things flowing forward. It doesn't mean you have to let go. It means, I'm seeing this message a little differently here. It doesn't mean you have to let go. It means that you're probably exercising too many expectations and you're having too many attachments to what things are supposed to look like with these masculine energies in your life, when really you're supposed to be blindfolded to the entire experience. You're supposed to let these masculine figures do what they need to do, heal however they need to heal, experience whatever they need to experience until they can come forward and dance with you in a very balanced way. Whatever that dance is, time will tell. But right now, you just need to accept that you're blindfolded to how this is playing out with the masculine figure in your life. Okay? You know, I don't share the best relationship with my father, but I'm here to honor that relationship and help him through a very healing time. And, you know, he's got a few things to face, but I can't control how he gets through that part. I can be there of assistance to a certain degree. I can exercise my boundaries, but I have to ultimately let him face that decision and go through those journeys and experiences on his own. But I'll be there. But I've also stopped expecting change. You know, everybody changes when you let go of things. And I do have faith that in his lifetime, he can apply some of the changes that he struggled with in his entire life. But it's not my responsibility. I can offer compassion and love, but I don't need to take it on. That's what I'm getting here. With mental abuse, lack mentality, sudden shifts, I don't think anybody is inflicting abuse on anyone. And if it is the case, you need to and that cut those ties. I'm not an advocate for that at all. But I see that here through lack mentality, we're constantly overthinking. We're putting ourselves through so much mental turmoil by creating prisons for ourselves, by doing things that don't resonate with our soul, by saying things that we don't mean, by being impulsive. We react and we don't respond, okay? I'm seeing that that's a lot of what we have to forgive, okay? That's a lot of what needs to lighten up. You know, these Moonology cards seem to just be leaving me. So I'm seeing that the temptation to dip into heaviness and impulsive actions will be there. But we can transmute that by having more clarity on what we're thinking and what we're feeling about this, okay? I'm seeing that there's going to continue to be sudden shifts. Listen, I had some sudden shifts happen the last week of December, but I'm flowing through them and I feel so empowered. But there's going to be more sudden shifts for us this week, okay? As we get back to work, as we get back to life after the holidays. And your job is not to let these sudden shifts overtake your mental health and your mental struggle, okay? Or your mental capacity. Pull back, understand, lighten up your energy with some self-care. Allow yourself to understand, and flow through some of these changes. Sometimes our immediate reaction is ego-based, and sometimes it is satisfying for the moment, but chances are you're going to regret that action. So I want you to respond and not react. Also, don't assume the worst. A lot of us, when we're faced with challenges, immediately go to the worst case scenario. That is what continues to keep you in this mental prison. You know, that is a reaction. That's not a response. So as these sudden shifts happen, focus on flowing through those energies by exercising some self-care, doing things that bring joy and lighter energy to you. And remember to exercise forgiveness wherever you can, okay? This is all possible. I'm just shedding light and drawing awareness to some of those areas that are a little heavier, that sometimes we have resistance towards figuring out. But here, we have it here, okay? Very powerful, okay? And understand that as we're going in with this lunation, with the new moon in Capricorn, we have everything we need to succeed at this journey. We do. We have everything available to us. We are the key to our own universe, okay? Now, I'm going to use my high vibration deck. Something was coming out. Absorbing light codes. That is an energy of ascension. That is, you know, you have to slow down in order to move ahead. In order for things to pick up speed, you have to slow down. So this to me is integration. This is integrating the lessons that we have learned throughout 2001, making practical steps towards promises and goals that we have stepped. This is integrating all those lessons, all those soul truths that we've really learned throughout the past couple of months, throughout the past 12 months, and then allowing ourselves to absorb that within our energetic force field in order to move forward and in order to respond instead of reacting, okay? So what else? This is, again, one of my decks here, available on my website, High Vibrations. Taking a leap of faith and communicating clearly. Okay, so you know what? And allowing authenticity and compassionate communication. Lord, these cards. New moon potential. We are at a new moon. So with this new moon, we are being given the opportunity to really take control of some of the things that have been bothering us, okay? Now, with all these communication cards here, or with all this set of cards here, when I had created them, I had purposely included a gradient here that went from blue to orange to green. Blue being your throat chakra, purple being your crown chakra, and green being your heart chakra. So I'm seeing here that through compassionate communication is where the forgiveness comes into play. Once we step into that energy of forgiveness, we're going to be able to communicate compassionately. We're not going to let things overtake us so easily, okay? This is the potential we have with this new moon cycle. Through that, we're going to allow our authenticity, which means we're making room for our experience to enter the situation. Sometimes when we're not able to communicate compassionately or offer forgiveness, it's because there's so much focus on the external or somebody else's experience over ours. We validate our experience. We can create that space for ourselves. We can allow ourselves to be authentic, and through that, we can shine, okay? So honor yourself. And then you won't be looking for validation elsewhere. And then literally forgiveness is easy, truly. Now, we are going to be going into Mercury retrograde. We're already in its shadow phase here. And I'm seeing a clear sign that we need to communicate clearly. So set your boundaries. Make sure that you are, you know, not creating any sort of ambiguity, that you're upfront and honest about what you're feeling and thinking. And you do it compassionately. Listen, being blunt doesn't mean you need to be rude, okay? I'm just going to say that and leave that with you. Now, with this new moon potential, we have the opportunity to really take a leap of faith in another direction. Perhaps what you've been doing up until this point has not been serving you, okay? So how can we exercise new ways of being? A new moon is a perfect time to do that, okay? So write down your goals. Write down what sort of things you'd wish to be able to accomplish and how you wish to be able to act in certain situations. Perhaps you're so used to reacting in conversations and, you know, really going for the jugular. How can you pull back and maybe not react right away, but get back to somebody a few days later, okay? Maybe you need to exercise that in work or in love or in friendships. Whatever it is, the message is here for you. But with new moon potential here, I'm seeing that we have the opportunity. Like I said, we are the key to our universe. We have everything we need to really tackle these issues. And really, this is the moment for us to exercise that potential, okay? You can do it. Now let's pull out some traditional tarot to see any sort of specifics we need for this week, okay? I already see Judgment at the bottom of the deck, and I see Moon, and I see Ace of Pentacles. I didn't even need to shuffle. I do see Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, honestly, is one of the least liked wands here, but I do see like a galloping energy of passion here. So with this lunation, I'm seeing that you are being offered by the universe an opportunity to rebirth yourselves. Understand that that was 1333 here. So 333 could be important to somebody, or 4. So take that as it resonates. But I'm seeing here that the universe with this lunation is offering you an opportunity to start anew. You don't need to take 2021 forward with you, booze, okay? You can leave that crap where it is. You don't need to take that. Move forward with your lessons. Move forward with forgiveness and move forward with your potential, okay? You do not need to carry the baggage of 2021. That means that what you thought was gone, was impossible, was dead, has the potential to come back. We are in Venus retrograde, so that can mean lovers can return. That means friendships can get reignited. That means certain things that you put away and shoved under the rug will come back for reevaluation and for a resolution. Embrace those moments, okay? Not everybody and everything coming from the past is bad. I know a lot of people have things to say, but there are lessons to be learned. There are new ways to move forward. And there's no reason why a resolution can't lead to a beautiful new beginning with somebody, okay? So you're being given an opportunity with this lunation to rebirth yourself. Also understand that we rebirth ourselves every day. You know, one of my greatest friends, Jessie Aurora from Off Think, said that to me. Every day when you wake up, you have the opportunity to live and love differently. You have the opportunity to give yourself a new start every day. So how are you giving birth to yourself with this lunation? That's what I want you to ask yourself, okay?